Hi guys, welcome back to Vintology by Lola. Hey, I just wanted to do a little video about inspiration on YouTube. Lately, it just feels like I didn't have any creative ideas of my own. So I started looking around and came up with a couple of really fun projects that I have gotten from other people. And I'm going to tell you one by one what they are and show you an example of what I made. So the first one is I made a snippet roll, but it's not just a snippet roll, it's a snippet roll with slow stitching. And for me, slow stitching is just a new term for embroidery. I don't know, I shouldn't say I don't know. I did watch a little bit of a video saying that what the history of it is, but for me, and being in Girl Scouts and always, I mean, I've been stitching probably since I was in 4th grade. Not that I'm a great stitcher, but have been doing some sort of cross stitch or embroidery or needlepoint for forever. And so I just always knew it as embroidery, but now they're calling it slow stitch. But anyway, I digress. My snippet roll was inspired by Pandora's Junk Journal by Pam, and she does beautiful work. And I loved her ideas of adding a little of this and a little of that, and so that's what I did. I had these old spools. I had gotten a box of them, and I thought they would work. They're a little bit too narrow, but they still work if I pinned them on there. So I took scrapbook paper and I decoupaged it with Tim Holtz distress medium, and it's actually I actually used the distress collage medium with the vintage, so it comes out brown, so you don't need to distress it. So I did that to the spools on all of them, so they all have some sort of scrapbook paper on them. So let me get to this. So this first one actually is my first one, and you can see what I mean by it being kind of narrow, but here you can see. So what I did was I originally just took a piece of an old napkin, so it's only about, it's about 22 inches, okay? And I took an old napkin, so I haven't backed it yet. You can see how sloppy it is on the back. And I took the fabric and the lace and I stitched all that down on a sewing machine with just like just a straight stitch, and I just went back and forth to catch it. Then I came back in and then I did the slow stitching. So I added a little bit more than Pam does, I think. So, and these were all just pieces from my scrap pile. So when they say, I mean, I've made a couple snippets, but this was really a lot of fun to add some of the other stuff. So I added some beads. I did an elongated French knot here and put a pearl. I did the seed stitch here. I just did some across, just crosses all the way through there. I added a little charm that I had with a vintage lady on it. I just did some stars up here on this lace, and then I did button flowers and I did the stems. And then I took this trim, and I really liked this trim, but I didn't like it in a long way. So I stitched it into the shape of a flower, so it just kind of looks like a flower. This one is, the blanket stitch. I put that on to hold that piece of lace on. This one I did just a bead, and these are really old glass beads. It's like a little cup almost, and then I put a little vintage pearl in there. Over here, I put some French knots. I made the yo-yo. I put some little tiny charms on with a garment pin. Here I just did just a straight stitch, and here is nothing. Here I just added a line of beads. That's why they're kind of crooked. Sewed on a button here. I liked this. It was just a piece of lace. I cut it out, and then I just oh, I can't remember the name of the stitch. What is the name of the stitch? You just whip, it's kind of like a whipped stitch, but you're whipping it around. And then over here, this is just an old piece of a quilt, and I just did an X. So all I have left to do now is to put a clean piece of fabric on the back of here, so you don't get to see all of that mess. But oh my gosh, so much fun. But I wanted to show you what it starts out as. So this is what mine starts out as. See, it's just this one I actually glued this down because I lost the shank, but I loved this color with it, so I decided to glue that down. But I see, before I did anything, this one is done on an old quilt. And so then I just took all of the pieces and I put all of this stuff on it, and now it's ready to just be stitched. So then you just sit, and I'm telling you guys, talk about relaxing. So I sat in front of the TV and did some of it, and then I had conferences, And in between parents, I got to stitch, so I finished it. So thank you to Pam from Pandora's Junk Journal. My second one I'm going to show you is I did, oh my gosh, and I just love these, you guys. These turned out so wonderful. Okay, so I have tons and tons and tons of doilies, probably more than a person should have in their whole life, okay? I will never use them all. So I am following Cori Dahmen, and it's Dahmen, and she's the one who's doing the flips, flaps, and folds. And somebody asked her how she makes her doily covers, and so she did a video showing it, and I thought, oh, you know what, that looks like fun. I'm just going to try it. Well, within the span of less than a day, I had whipped out 3 of these, and I consider myself a slow crafter because I'm just kind of putsy and I'm easily distracted, and I usually have YouTube on. But these went together as simple as she said and as she showed in her video. So if you want to see how this is done, you need to go over to Cori Dahmen's, and I think, yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, Dahmen, and watch her do it. But her instructions are fabulous. I followed them to the letter, and they turned out beautiful. So here's my first one, which is just a mini one, and this one is measuring 5 by 6 3/4, almost 5 by 7. Okay, so and then it opens like this, and it's got threads everywhere still, and then closes like this, so it's almost like this. So it's a very soft, it's going to be such a soft-sided, obviously, journal cover. And it was so, I'm telling you guys, it was so great, her instructions. And the inside is so clean and neat because you do a zigzag around here with a clean piece of fabric when you're completely done. And so it covers up all your stitching because you're basically doing cross hatching. So you're quilting the doilies is basically what you're doing. You are going down this way, all the way across, all the way this way, and then you turn it and you do it this way. And if you look really closely, you can see it. Okay, so here's my second one. And this one's a little bit larger, and this one is 9.5 by 6.5. Okay, and oh gosh, I just love the way they turned out. And here's the inside, and of course I have it upside down. Here you go. This is Timmy fabric, so I love that because he of course goes perfect with doilies. And then these are just some of my doilies. I did love her idea that on your fabric, so I'm not using any batting, but you're laying an old piece of lace. So like I went to the thrift store and I just bought a piece of, like, literally $3 for this piece of lace. And it's probably, I don't even know what it is, if it's a table runner or what it is, but it won't make any difference because it won't show because you're going to cover it up with all the doilies. But oh my gosh, what a great thing to lay that down first. So if you have a spot that you aren't going to cover totally, or it only has a little bit, you still have lace underneath. So there's the second one. And here's my third one, and I love this one. I don't know why, because they all look kind of the same, but I loved this one. And look at, oh, I love this. This is the old receipt paper by Tim. And I just had bought this at a scrapbook store a couple weeks ago. I can't believe I'm already using it, but I just had to. It just looks so great in here. I cannot wait to make journals with these, you guys. They are just gorgeous. I just dyed 50 pages of coffee paper, so my hands look kind of brown today. Okay, so there's another great thing. So if you want to go to Cori Dahmen and see how to do lace journal covers, great tutorial. Last thing is, I was talking to you last time that I love the open spine idea. I finished my journal that I got the idea for the open spine from Ruby&Pearl XO, and it really did turn out sweet, you guys. It is a little alligator mouth, but this one isn't as bad as the other one, and this is my coffee theme, and this too has this is vintage old, listen to me. This is vintage wallpaper. And then this is some coffee dyed seam binding, because it's coffee. And here's old lace that I used to put it together. And then for the seam binding, I just used an ivory. So this is the front, this is the back. And I've had this little sticker, make coffee, not war, which I thought was so perfect. And this was like a Joann's package of stickers. And it was awful. It was so white. And so I took it and put it on a piece of beeswax paper and propped it up and then put some lace underneath it and distressed it with vintage photo. And now I'm thrilled with it. I just love it. And then when you open it up, I'm just going to do a really quick flip through here, you guys. I found this online, printed it out on onion skin, used some of the tape I made. Here is paper that I used, Tim Holtz, his ink. Let's see, this is actually what I used. Well, it's Adirondack. Yeah, it's Tim's. It's caramel. And I just smeared this all over the paper and then let it dry. And I love this effect. So I just used some washi tape. Here is some of my coffee dyed paper. Here's a tag for coffee. I love it. You every day, because that's true. Here's this one. Cut this out. Put in a tag. More washi. Had some paper that I printed out from Graphic Fairy. That was coffee paper. Found some ads, and so I put those in there. Maxwell House, Good to the Last Drop. Stamped that one. This is one of Cori's, her flips and folds and tucks, and these are really cute. I think you saw this in the other one where I put these in here, and there's 3 of them. I loved this coffee paper. This was the front of the paper, this was the back of the paper, and I just loved it. And then you go on this side, and then I put bigger tags. And just some old paper, like an old bag, and I think my friend Shirley gave me this, and she had waxed it. So it's kind of a cool thing. Here's the music page. Here's another one of Cori's corners, flips and folds. And I did the heart, and then I had this cute paper. Here's that. Here's Timmy. Here's some of the coffee paper from Graphic Fairy. Here's another cute sticker, Coffee Before Talkie. This is the other part of the coffee thing, and I just love this because she's dangling the coffee cup with the coffee, and then I put the Coffee Before Talkie, like, no, I'm not going to say anything. I got this from my friend Shirley too, Nutball Coffee Cake. I cannot believe what they called some of that stuff, you guys. But anyway, so that was kind of fun. Stamped on this. Here, put some cute stickers and some coffee beans on some coffee dyed paper. This is another one of Cori's flip outs, her folds, and I just put Java with a coffee cup up there. And here's the A&P. I don't know if you guys, wherever you live, if there was an A&P, there was an A&P where I grew up in Milwaukee, so that was perfect for their coffee. And this was a printout that I just glued on because I didn't like the back of that ad. And more coffee paper. And this, I did a paper clip and put this really cute puffy sticker on it and put old lace. And this is just a glassine bag that I dyed and stuff and put some stickers on it and decoupaged it. And then inside of here, I'm trying to make these quicker so my videos aren't so long, you guys. Okay, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Drink Nescafe instant coffee, and there she is in all her glory. Just, you guys, I have the best time printing these out and putting them in so that whoever gets this journal looks at this and goes, oh my gosh, especially when I give it to someone who's younger who doesn't remember anything, and then they see those ads, you're like, yep, back in the day. Okay, so there's that. Here's a lace pocket with a tag. Here, this, I decoupaged it. This was an A&P coffee that I printed on a piece of onion skin paper and decoupaged that. Here's a little, just a little pocket, hot coffee with a little thing with 2 little coffees, and then of course coffee. This was cute, Miss Sailor's Coffeettes and Coffeeettes and Chocolates. So it was coffee flavored chocolate. So I put that in there. I thought that was really cute. And this is actually from the Olive Garden when you get sugar for your coffee. So I stuck that in there, and there's a little tag, and then up here's a little note thing that comes undone. That's coffee. That was perfect. This is the pink is my avocado dyed paper. Here you go, the seal for coffee, and these were all from Graphic Fairy, the coffee beans and stuff, and the lion. That must have been a really big coffee brand or something, because I found a whole bunch of stuff for that. Here's Borden's Instant Coffee, A Cup of Love. Oh, I wonder what that is. Oh, there you go. And Life Happens, Coffee Helps. And then I cut this out. This was an old percolator, and that was really cute. And then inside of here, it just says, it's just another brand for coffee for you to journal or put a picture in. There's the coffee bean. Here's another one of the cute flip-ups. I embossed that. I love this one. Okay, so this is for Maxwell House. Look at, she's getting ready to be married, but she's drinking her coffee, you guys. How funny is that? In a white dress. No way. first I drink coffee, then I do things. Amen to that. There's that. Here's a little envelope that I made, and I purposely made it so that it was on an angle. And this was something I printed out, I think from Graphic Fairy, and then I waxed it, beeswaxed it, and then I put this ad in it, which was really cute. Oxygen in any coffee package cheats you of the flavor. Maxwell House. So you guys, some of the stuff is just so funny when you start looking online for some of these ads. They are so funny. So there you go. And I did that to cover up the Del Monte, because the Del Monte vegetables just didn't work with the coffee. Come on, let's be real. Then I did this coffee, My Happy Place, and then I put these little things. True friend, love greatly, happiness for the coffee cups, which I thought was really cute. Here we go. Here's a gal with her coffee. Coffee and Friends, perfect blend. Here's another one I didn't like. I didn't like the other side of the ad, so I covered it up. I love this with the dad. He's like waiting the wife with the coffee. This one lady looks possessed, and this is for 8 o'clock coffee. But she really looks like she was possessed after I put her on there. I'm like, well, it says coffee is as good as it tastes. Well, she doesn't look very happy with her coffee. Then I just took a piece of washi tape. There's another one, I love you, coffee. And there's the other half of the bag. Here's just some tags I made, and then I had a flare button, and I stuck it inside of an old bottle cap, and then I put lace on the back and turned it into a paper clip. And there they are, the two little ones. And I love this one with the little spoon in it. Thought that was really cute. So then we turn this over. There's a little thing of coffee. Here's the other half of the coffee ad. Maxwell House, everyone knows the. Here's a little pocket I made. It's actually like a little CD thing, and then I embossed it with Tim Holtz with the coffee cup things. And I can't remember what I put in this one. What's this one? Oh, I think this is a check to a coffee company or something. National Essence for Coffee Company, and they paid $16.66. So anyway, printed that out on like a kind of like a vellum, because I like that look. It gives it kind of, it really looks good on onion skin. But and then I just put a little clippy up there to hold it. And there's some more coffee dyed paper. And then there's this little envelope that I made, put little coffee things on. And what did I put in this one? Let's see. This is a little one. Oh, this is that man. You guys, they're so funny. Okay, let's see. Here he is. My kind of coffee, Folgers. He's just, I don't know where they get these ads from. I mean, yeah, back in the day, if you've ever watched Mad Men, you know how it came about. That show shows you kind of. And there's a Timmy paperclip on there to hold it in place. And then one of my favorite things that Cori is showing on her channel, because this was inspired with Ruby&Pearl and with Cori, kind of a combination, is she does these pockets that are made out of book pages. And you just use washi tape. Let me take these out. You use washi tape at the top, and I think I showed this in my last one, and then you sew them all together and you clean it up. And somebody sent me this. This is the cutest dang thing. It was perfect. It just says cup. That's all it says. And it's a coffee cup. So I thought, oh, that's going in there. And then here are two more tags that I backed with brown coffee dyed paper. And then this was just a cutout, that because I felt like this was so plain. So that was what I did. And there's the back where it says Big Coffee Nut War. So that was just kind of a fun one. And it went together pretty quick too. So if you guys like what you saw, you need to head over to, first of all, you need to head over to Pandora's Junk Journaling for the idea for the snippet rolls to see how she does them. I actually suggested that she did a how-to video just because her stuff is so great. And then go over for lace journal covers to Cori Dahmen. And then if you want to know how to do the spine on a book, or spineless, sorry, a spineless one, you need to head over to Ruby&Pearl. So on that note, that is what I am up to. That's what I'm doing. Hope everyone is healthy and well. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you did. If you are coming back, I appreciate you taking some time to see what I'm up to. There's so many videos out there, so I'm always grateful when someone comes and looks at my stuff, because There's so many talented people out there, you guys. OMG. So until later, have a great day, a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.